Hey everyone, Jeff here at tzla.club.com. You know I got to do it. He's back. Jeff Berwick, he's in Paris. And before that, he was in Anaheim, actually. I wish he would have told me because I live in Anaheim. And I would have loved to have seen the guy. Just confront him, just, hey, you scumbag. What a douchebag, man. Such a douchebag. Went over to some of the boys' house and said, hey, I know where this guy is. He's from Canada, lives in Mexico. He's a real prick. You can't ask me any questions. I know where he's staying. We're going to go over there, kick the door in, and I'm going to beat the living shit out of him. They'd be like, whose car are we taking? Jeff Berwick. What a clown. Anyway, yeah, he's such an anarchist that he took his family to fucking Disneyland. That's what an anarchist would do. There he is with his light bulb.
So apparently my daughter helped stop the cops from beating him up. And it's actually a good thing we brought the tzla machine with us, so we got him healed up like really quick. Otherwise he might have had to go to a hospital or something.
¿Cómo siente?
El dolor es mucho menos que como la primera vez. Es sorprendente, la verdad. Y de la espalda ya no me duele nada. El brazo ya no me duele nada. Ya está, nada más un poco para atrás, pero ya así ya puedo.
All right, he says he has almost no pain in his elbow anymore, and now he can move his arm without pain. So another placebo miracle.
That's actually twice we've used the tzla machine already. My wife got like pretty bad like hemorrhoids, which you can kind of get when you're like stressed out and stuff. She was a little stressed out. She didn't have her bags for 5 days. And put the tzla on her.
My wife got hemorrhoids. Good Lord, dude. You know what's funny? If you go over here to YouTube, Jeff Berwick, scammer, scams, Jeff Berwick scam. That should pull it up. Yeah, he's running the fake passports back in the day, back in the Dizzle. There's my video.
He's got, in my opinion, a pretty bad problem with alcohol and drugs.
Okay, I just got off a really interesting chat with Jeff Berwick at Dollar Vigilante or the Dollar Vigilante, not sure which, about his Gulch scam project, whatever you want to call it, in which dozens of libertarian families lost more than $10 million. But first, I want to tell you about Steam Smart, the Steam Smart podcast, and the collaboration I have going on there with @SneakySquirrel, and publish a really exciting conversation we had today with Stella Bell. I'm looking for more collaborations. In fact, to do more collaborations on Steam, I'd love to work with other people. I can bring skills like writing, marketing, or a new kind of show on Steam Smart starting maybe.
Fuck.
Okay.
Get to it.
I have a lot of reasons for thinking that. I'm not going to get into them right here. I don't think he's an honest person. So he's upset. He's upset because now he realizes that's what I think. I don't know why he cares what I think, but I'm not going to hold back. I'm not scared to tell dishonest people that I think they're dishonest. But anyway,
you shouldn't be. You should call him out, man.
Jeff said, Jeff was very upset about this. He wanted to engage me in a conversation. I said, look, I don't really want to talk about it this much, but if you send me every scrap, everything that you have on the Gulch and passport scams that you've been accused of, that there's information floating around about, send me every little bit, not just something, not just a little something.
All right, there's a reason he lives in Mexico, believe me.
So Pirate Chain hit like 16 for a second.
That I just was privy to. Okay, well, he had the pump and dump scams where he was getting people to buy crypto. He had his original channel where he got over 20,000 people on it. And then him and Max Egan declared that that was a scam channel, even though it was their real channel. But they used it to get 20,000 people and then started scamming the people. And when people started catching on, they just created a new channel and pretended that the old channel that was really theirs was a scam channel. That was their biggest scam. Then they did the fake passport scams where they actually took over $25,000 deposit from people saying they could get them
Max Egan too.
illegally, stole over $2.5 million, got people arrested. Then there's all the times that Jeff sexually assaulted women. He got a bottle broken over his head. There's a video of him on a reality show trying to hit on a guy's girl in the club and the guy beating him up. I posted the clip to that. And then there's a little known sex crime of Jeff Berwick and his wife that nobody's talking about. They were in Argentina, and Jeff was hitting on a man. Yes, Jeff is bisexual. And he was hitting on a man all night and tried to force the man to have sex with him in the bathroom. And when the man refused, Jeff and his wife tried to file charges of rape against the man. When it went to court, the court determined that Jeff and his wife were lying, and instead they filed charges of sexual assault against
I'm making this video in an effort to prevent other people like you that may have an interest in getting a second passport from TDV Passports or TDV Global, anybody associated with Jeff Berwick. I have no competing businesses with him. I have no conflicting interests.
I these guys like trying to apologize, you know. I don't really want to like tell him he's a fucking scamming piece of shit, but
I have no script.
They stole all my money.
Some people asked me to post a video explaining my situation. I'll do it very briefly. Me, my wife, my brother, sister, and mother hired Jeff to get second passports. I had a natural attraction toward him because we believed the same things, and I was impressed with his writing and how he articulated his thoughts on his views of the world. And I thought he was someone that should be admired and for expressing those views the way he did and still does. However, he takes that when he knows he's creating the goodwill among other people of like minds, and he uses it.
Exactly.
And he uses it to his advantage, which is not necessarily bad if he was doing what he said he was going to do, but he does not. He just takes your money, and he's a total scam artist and thief.
All right.
In this video, I'm going to give a few thoughts about what I think about Jeff Berwick of the Dollar Vigilante. So, during the dark ages of the COVID era, from having somebody like Jeff Berwick...
Too slow, bro.
Hello?
This is him, Gulch, Chili.
Welcome to the Borderless Podcast, your guide to traveling, investing, and living beyond borders, where we talk about living
I made like $1 million in like 2 days on Luna when it crashed to 0.000001, and it wasn't from shorting it. I bought it at the lowest you could possibly buy it, and you were there when I was in the chat.
So Jeff, here we are in Acapulco, riding down in the elevator here, doing something a little bit different. And just wanted to know what you think about people who say that, you know what, you should just buck up and go along with your social contract.
Yeah, I've been looking for it. I can't find it. I've requested an additional copy. Apparently, they say I have signed it. I'm going to give them a certain amount of weeks to finish finding the contract, and once they don't, they can just fuck off.
All right.
I don't know what the fuck that was about.
In that movie, they said in the year 2025.
Hi everybody, George Donnelly here. So I just want to give you an update on the Jeff Berwick.
Anyway, you guys can
Yeah.
So I said to my wife, actually, who's very connected here, and you know her, Kana.
Yeah.
And I said, man, we're dying here. Like, this Acapulco program has been so slow that... And then we had problems in Slovenia, Venezuela, Paraguay. And I was like, we're getting killed here. And she said, I'm going to look into all my contacts. And she introduced me to this new guy.
Yeah.
And he was like even bigger than the other guy. And he goes, no problem. 8 days, no problem. You guys, I know who you are. You're good friends. We'll do whatever you want. 8 days. So I told Magdi and another client to fly out.
Yeah.
And the first day everything went fine. The second day he texted me on WhatsApp and he said...
Anyway, he's a complete total scam artist. Totally, dude. Totally. So he's...
And she was just back to normal right after that.
On his wife's hemorrhoid.
So apparently my daughter helped stop the cops from beating him up by telling them that they're just tourists, and then they stopped. But in the meantime, she was getting pepper sprayed and stuff, so my daughter's all getting pepper sprayed. My sister's getting the crap kicked out of them. I was like, I tried to tell you, you're not in Mexico anymore. This is Europe. This is like dangerous. That was their first night in Paris. Here's a whole bunch of the locals all celebrating. Yeah, France isn't really France anymore. It's all part of the clergy plan. Basically, sort of a Jewish / globalist / Nephilim plan for like the last 100 years to destroy Europe, and they're doing a lone connect war in Western Europe that will start sometime after May 15th. When pressed on the significance of May 15th, the source said, not before May 15th. This shit is fake and it's all scripted in advance. So
I wonder how Stu Peters feels about Jeff Berwick marrying a Mexican and having a Mexican baby.
So that's my travel advisory. I know a lot of people use like the U.S. State Department, which Doug Casey actually says, and I do as well. The best places to go visit are the places that the U.S. State Department says not to go to, because it's usually quite empty, quite cheap, and it's usually not very dangerous because it's almost always lies. So I booked it in Spain, which is one of the thing from Stu, who I've got a lot of trust with. Child sex trafficking network sort of thing. How could you go to Disneyland and transfer some of your energy in the form of currency, money, to them? Well, I'll say that I know what you're talking about, obviously, and actually we saw a ton.
He's a LARP. He's a live action role player. He's found a group of people that will listen to his bullshit, so he panders to them. At the same time, he's a world traveler. He's going to Disneyland with the family. Probably staying in real nice hotels, and he's not like anybody else out here that's like. And he's like, just do the work and blah, 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 and it's a video game, and look, all you have to do is just, treat it like it's...
Tons of pedophilic-looking people at Disneyland, including a lot of the stuff.
You look like a fucking pedo. Cross-dressing faggot.
This is going to be so amazing if any of the...
He walks around Paris for like an hour and a half.
Little parts of the internet now. All of a sudden it's like one of these like top... Pretty incredible. So much controlled opposition. Do it. It's incredible. Anyway, pretty amazing times to be alive. Pretty incredible. It's pretty amazing too, realizing...
I think he's going to get into the light bulb scam here now. Must be making a lot of money. He's leaning into it. Even Max Egan is kind of like getting away from it. He's like, he left Mexico. He's over in Australia. And he's like, I don't know about this Tesla machine because now he says it's like too expensive. I don't want to, be involved with it.
Realizing a lot of these things, like all this stuff, things that I know a lot of people, like their health actually isn't that great. It's so hard because they're trying to poison you in every way. You got to be really smart. You got to make sure you only eat basically only stuff you grow or someone you know who grows it. Everything else is being poisoned.
He's shown pictures of his kitchen, and I've looked around just like shit on top of the refrigerator and everything. Big bags of potato chips, Ritz crackers, flour tortillas, all this shit. And he's like telling you how to eat healthy.
Basically just
LARP.
Clean food, like just protein and some fruit and some vegetables, maybe, stuff like that. But and basically like restores your body to like pure health, like almost instantly. like this.
The reason he's outside is so he can wear his sunglasses, because when liars and sociopaths lie like this, if you look at their eyes, you can tell they're lying. Just by the way they look up to the left and these type of things. That's why he has to wear these his Jim Jones sunglasses.
Exists. Like Anna said right there, she had a guy, he's like about to die, and massive tumors, and she used it for 40 minutes twice on him in one day, and
he got a lady in the video that I showed you guys. You can go back and look at it where he's being interviewed, and he said a lady was scheduled to have her legs amputated like in 2 days, and she got a hold of a machine, the science kit, and she was up and walking in 24 hours later. Swear to God, doctor was baffled.
at the end of the day, the tumor size had gone down half the size. Like that is absolutely just amazing. And I knew actually when she said that, I was like, I'll bet I'll get an email from her tomorrow and it'll be basically gone. Because I know this Tesla machine's like that. She wrote to me the next day, my hospice patient with...
Now look at this. This is just... What is this? You screenshotted something you wrote. I mean, come on. That's what he thinks about his audience, man. He's just LARPing. He doesn't believe any of all this shit. It's just a whole LARP. LARP, 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 LARP. LARP, 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 LARP. Here's the quote.
Metastatic colon cancer, continued to use the 40-minute Tesla twice today, and a part of his tumor just fell off. It had broken through the abdomen where he had surgery. He's extending his stay. We'll continue treatment tomorrow. Same schedule. He looks and is feeling great. Wow, wow, wow. Anna. And she actually sent a photo. So this part of the tumor actually came out of his body right afterwards. That's like the tumor that was like half the size it was the other day, and then it just
fell right out of his body. Just fell out.
So this guy was about to die. Like he was like on the deathbed. She reduced the size of his cancer tumor by half in one day. Then the next day, a big chunks of it started coming out of his body. And then she wrote me an email the next day. My hospice cancer patient, whom I treated with 40-minute twice-a-day sessions for 2 days in a row, had a huge tumor lysis crisis. Pieces of tissue, supposedly part of his cancer that had metastasized to his lungs, liver, abdomen, was coughed up, came even out of his nose. I told you his abdominal tumor shrank by more than half, and a piece of it fell off. She said he was very fatigued and not very responsive for days after. I'll start treating him again, this time a 40-minute session, and then take a break.
You can call this guy out. This is how psychopaths are and sociopaths. You can show them evidence of like what you're saying and all this is lies, and they will just lean into it harder. They will just come. They could never admit that they're lying or wrong. And that's how this guy is. I just want people to know. This guy is a pure sociopath. Like, I would give him a wide fucking berth. I wouldn't even go around him. I mean, you know. You
can see how he does. Just letting you know that when you overdo it, this syndrome called tumor lysis can happen. Massive die-off of cancer. The thing with the tzla.club is, it's not just about getting this miraculous machine. Like, this thing's unbelievable. This thing is the biggest discovery of our lifetimes.
It's the biggest discovery of our lifetimes.
It's not just about that. It's actually being in the club. It's a health club, basically. It's a science health club. And in the club are hundreds of people, all have been using the machine. They all help each other. So if she had been, she wasn't in the actual club itself. She just had the machine. She could have been posting this stuff as it happened, and people would have told her, hey, slow down. Like, you can't, this guy's got like super bad cancer, about to die. You can't give him 2 sessions of 40 minutes. Like the tumors will be like coming out of his nose and stuff, which it did. And it'll probably...
Doesn't this remind you of when the shots came out? They're like, the first people that have the shots are the older people, that are really, at risk of getting the COVID and dying. And that's kind of what he's doing right here. He's like, he's just as bad, if not worse, than those people. Because all of his patients are elderly people in America with money, and He's just scamming them. That's what he does. His whole career is being a scam artist.
Feel pretty sick. You got to like take it slow, a little bit slower. She didn't know that. So actually we let her know that, and she wrote back, I was just trying to save his life. He was dying, and I think it's helping a lot. Yes, I'll decrease the amount of time. I just wanted to do something for the tumor, and we were running out of time. All's good. I'm learning how to treat people with different diseases in the best way. Yes, all of my patients are already on detox. I saw my other metastatic cancer patient this morning on the way to a session, and he looked at
Who writes an email like that with that much space in between the... And look, you know it's from Anna, the doctor, because it says Anna at the bottom.
amazing. I really think you have an amazing technology here. Thank you. Yeah, so that's the thing with the Tesla is it sometimes works so fast it can make you feel sick. Like this has happened to a lot of people. That's why this club is very important, because this is so new. No one knows. Before like last year when I found out about it, no one even knew you could get plasma out of the air, out of the ether. Like there's still crazy old guys on the internet who are like just addicted to X and stuff. And they're like, it's just light bulbs and everyone's getting a placebo. Those tumors coming out of his nose, a placebo effect. He just believes.
See, that's a lie too right there, because he's like kind of reinforcing the fact that, you know, somebody is getting an effect when the whole thing is a lie. There is nobody. There's nobody with a tumor. There's no doctor. There's no it's a whole cloth lie. If you watch this guy, it's like a master class in how to scam people.
I knew it was going to happen. The guy was basically dead. He was on his deathbed. He was barely even conscious, and all of a sudden the tumors start coming out of his nose, coming out of his stomach, and all of a sudden he's feeling awesome after he felt a bit sick because of all the stuff coming out all at once. But the thing is, in the group, it's like the most amazing health club on earth. And there's hundreds of people in there, and some of these people are amazing. I've actually seen them healing people of things. So you get...
I just had a guy email me on my YouTube channel. Not email, but post a comment. This guy, I sold my Tesla machine for half price today. It does nothing, ladies and gentlemen. It does nothing.
When you get a membership into the Tesla Club, sometimes it could be a month or two before you get the machine. But
so what you got, a membership in the Tesla Club on Telegram, is a bunch of other idiots that are falling for your scam that are just kind of reinforcing the scam.
You get into the club immediately. So a lot of people come in the club, and they're like, I've had this problem for like 20 years, and I'm hoping the Tesla machine can be the one thing that can finally cure it. But there's people in the club, they'll go, well, what's your problem? And they'll say it. And they'll be like, oh, take this herb and, go get this sun at certain times and, all this sort of stuff.
Wow. Are you going to pay $10,000 for that? To take an herb and sit in the sun?
And a lot of people are actually cured of their thing before they even get the machine. So that's another placebo effect, I guess. Or it's just smart people who know a lot of stuff.
How bad would you want to beat the fucking shit out of this guy if you ever ran into him in real life?
So it's the most amazing health club in the world. That's the real value of it, by the way. Like, it's not just the machine. With the machine is miraculous. Like, if you have one or you can get one, you should feel so blessed. This is the most amazing thing I've ever... Like, I think I manifested it. I think I mentioned this. That I said like over a year ago, I wanted to manifest, like, I'd become younger, and this machine came into my life, so I manifested it. And, I don't know how much my stuff affects your reality, but basically you know about this now, too.
I think the way he justifies lying in his mind is he actually believes that this reality is a video game, and everybody that he's talking to right now is just a real human being with feelings and things like that he's going to fuck up their life, but they're just another player in the video game. And if you do all of the work, you should be able to be fine.
And you can get this thing, but it's not just that. It's this incredible group of people, and we're all just learning how to use it. So there's been lots of people who've had like lots of problems, like that they felt really sick after using it, and people are like, oh, you got to tone it down. Like basically no one knows how to use plasma, but this one group is basically the biggest pioneer group of plasma in the world by far. There's nothing even close. No one even knows plasma exists yet. And there's already hundreds of people with like months or like myself, years of experience.
Now, I showed you guys this before. Rife machine. Oops. That's what he's selling. It's called a Rife machine. They've been around since the 30s. Come on, what the fuck? This is it. Himbus.com sells them. These are actually the plasma tubes, which are the expensive part of the the whole machine. And he's saying, we don't know anything about it. It's brand new plasma. And he doesn't even use plasma tubes. He uses CFL fluorescent lights that are putting off massive amounts of radiation. They're making people sick. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. It's a video game, and you just have to play the game. So you go to himbus.com. If you buy one of these, there's an 800 number. If you go to Jeff Berwick, there's no 800 number. There's no contact information. There's no return policy because they're not selling anything. He says it's just a health club, and you may or may not get a machine because I think once you stop paying, people send it back. I don't know how it works, but I'll just show you this. More info. See, this one, Stilex machine, comes with plasma ray tubes, brass cylinders, foot plates, and gel pads. You get a warranty, money back guarantee, 800 number. I've called that too, and they answer the phone immediately. They're there to help, and it's on sale. Look, $100 to $200 off. So, you want an actual plasma machine. He's lying. He knows this, but he's just lying. He can't help it. That's how psychopaths are. I have a brother, I shouldn't say this, who just lies for no reason. There's no reason to lie, but he'll just lie. Like, where did you just go? He went to the store, and you go, I had to make a phone call. And what are you lying for? It doesn't make sense.
And we all help each other. It's pretty incredible when you think about it. So, I know some people said, well, it's like $11,000. But you're getting a miraculous thing that actually de-ages you. Cures almost everything. It cured my assistant. He had like major welts and stuff. They're almost all gone. He had major pain. It's all gone after just one time with the tzla machine. My wife's hemorrhoids on this trip are gone. I'm de-aging.
You're not de-aging,
we use this thing so much for everything. It's seriously like if I didn't have one and you told me like I had to do something super extreme to get one, I'd just do it. Unless you said you have to kill someone to get it or something, because I won't do anything like that. But if it's like you got to like run 500 miles or 1,000 miles without stopping, like you can stop to sleep, and then you get one of these issues you have for the rest of your life, for the same cost that most people spend for just 1 year of healthcare, and it makes them sick. It's incredible. I gotta tell you, it's incredible. They just put up a new website, by the way. They got some new stuff up on there. They got a bunch of testimonials finally up on their site. It's at tzla.club, tzla.club. Like if you think about it, if everyone in the U.S. is spending $10,000 a year, I should mention too, one of the most famous ones in the old days was Adam Kokesh. Anyone want to guess what he is? Drum roll, please. Jewish. It's crazy, like 0.2% of the whole world population. But they seem to get like, and he was like on TV, he was on RT and stuff, right? He seemed to have disappeared. I don't know what happened to him. He kind of like, he came back in like 2019. That was the peak of Acapulco. After that, it's been downhill ever since with attendance and stuff. I think that was actually a CIA operation. Now, who was involved? I don't know. But I think basically they went and killed him like 2 days before the event. They got international news. Like when do you ever see that? An American gets killed in Mexico. When is that international news ever? It never is. But this one was. It was like an anarchist was killed.
I don't trust this fucking guy. I think he's a total piece of shit. He's a scumbag. This whole deal is scummy and ooey and yucky. So, I'll leave it there. Who even cares anymore? Fuck it.